Well, as Rick has said, 5 F's in the Daniel Plan. This chapter on friends, our focus today, begins with Ecclesiastes 4, verse 9. I'm going to add verse 10. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls down and has no one to help them up. God provided extra support and encouragement for me right on time for the start of the Daniel Plan. My sister-in-law, Judy Brown, lives on Manitoulin Island, but she came down to Brampton to join her daughters for Christmas and, of course, all the rest of the gang. Judy regularly visits me to help me with my organization. She was the first person to alphabetize my spices many years ago, and good things have happened ever since. But we had a mutually encouraging chapter that began March 15th, 2005, and lasted 2 months, 2 very special months, Judy.
March 5th, 2005, my husband of 33 years, almost 33 years, went home to be with the Lord very suddenly and very unexpectedly.
He was 57?
He had just turned 57, less than a month before.
Ron.
And to say that I miss Ron today would be absolute truth, but part of my journey was spent with Richard and Moira, and they helped me through. I remember one thing Moira said to me, and she probably won't remember this, but she said, "Judy, you can cry as much as you like, but don't cry alone." And I clearly remember that. I'm sorry. But I have often repeated that to people. You know, if you need to cry, cry, but don't cry alone.
Well, I want to mention that community was also a big part of that chapter for you. You went into a program called Grief Share.
Yes.
And that was transformational for you.
It was transformational for me. It happened about a year after Ron died, and the pastor then asked me to lead this program, and I kind of choked and said, "What?" But it was the best thing for me. It allowed me to grieve and allowed me to understand that grieving is good, and you must grieve to get through a process.
And you were giving yourself away.
I was giving myself away to a group of women. Actually, there was a couple of men that joined us, but it was mainly women. We were all widows, and as I look back on it, it was a very good experience.
Larry Crabb was a part of that
Yes.
video production. We both love Larry Crabb. By the way, he's going to be here in March. Can't wait, can't wait. But, you know, one of his quotes about connecting is about the experience of shared life. And that is what the Daniel Plan is really encouraging. Why are you excited about it, Judy?
Well, I'm very excited because I am a type 2 diabetic. And as I read through the program, I thought, this is what I should be doing all of the time, eating whole foods and balancing your plate and balancing the amount of fruit and vegetables as opposed to complex carbs and protein. And I was very excited because I thought, I can do this and remain healthy and get healthier.
And you've encouraged me. I came home yesterday and you had already made these wonderful snacks. Tell us what they are. These are from the Daniel Plan.
Okay, the one in front is cinnamon almonds, and they are absolutely fantastic, warm out of the oven. And the other are crunchy chickpeas. And
they're a little spicy.
They're quite spicy, and I really like them. They give you a nice crunch.
Now, the crew can have these, but they can't have our lunch.
No.
Which is right here. And you also made the hummus.
Yes, it's got lots of garlic in it, and it's really very simple. I mean, hummus, their recipe has artichokes in it, but you can take chickpeas and grind them up and put whatever you in, as long as it's whole food. You can put that in for flavoring, and it's a great dip for vegetables.
It's delicious. Maybe we'll let them have a carrot or two.
One.
The single most important thing you can do for your diet right now is add more fruit and vegetables. Yes. Bottom line. Judy, I commend you because you've been a walker for quite a while. In fact, we gave Judy a whistle for her walking because you could encounter bears on Manitoulin Island.
Yes.
There's something else you do regularly, which is very sweet. You don't have to sell community on Manitoulin Island.
It's like living almost 100 years ago when it comes to community. I belong to a number of groups, but 2 of my favorite are quilt groups. And one of them, we do a lot of hand quilting, and we get together every other week. somebody puts a quilt in and we all go and chat and talk. And
You make soup?
we make soup, yes. No, the hostess or the person who has the quilt in makes the soup. So just before Christmas at our last quilting, I got to make 2 pots of soup to host about 20 ladies, 25 ladies, over 3 or 4 days. 4 days it was.
I think we have a picture of them. What's their name?
Yes.
That,
What's the name? They're called the Gorbet Happy Quilters.
there they go. There they are.
And there's our first day with the quilt open and wide. You can see that most of them have gray heads, and even those with the dark heads are not very young. Actually, I think I'm probably the youngest of all of them.
And we have a picture of the outcome. Christmas Day. This is your daughter, Carrie, on the left, missionary in just home from South Sudan, thank the Lord.
Yes.
And my daughter, Catherine, on the right. This is a quilt for my daughter. Wow, over the top. Absolute art piece. And just an encouragement. We need one another. David Jeremiah was with us last fall, and he said, you cannot be what God wants you to be alone. We need one another for spiritual maturity.
Yes.
And I brought this from another friend. I don't know if you can see the printing here. See the friend beside you on your path, believing in you and reaching out to lend you strength of heart. This is our moment. Don't you feel that, Judy? This is our moment.
I do.
To really be the best we can be and fulfill God's purpose for us, but we need encouragement. Let us continue to be that for you, but look for that friend as well.